The history of AI from the 1980s into the 2020s includes two major breakthroughs that have taken AI to a new level: deep learning and generative AI. Let's look at what led to some of the more recent developments in AI, as deep learning and large language models have revolutionized use cases and perceptions of AI. By the mid 1980s, the simple artificial neural networks proposed by connectionists in the 1950s were starting to become practical, thanks to advances in computing power and the advent of the GPU. The GPU was an ideal calculator for the tensor math used in artificial neural network algorithms. Neural networks, just like the first perceptron, learn by being trained on data. In 1986, Geoffrey Hinton proposed the backpropagation algorithm for training neural networks. He called it a beautiful and simple algorithm, and his successes led to renewed interest in neural networks. However, this period also saw the second AI winter. Unmet expectations and economic downturns led to reduced funding and interest in AI research. But with technology now able to learn from data, the challenge now was finding sufficient training data, the terabytes of high-quality data required to feed that training. In 1997, IBM's chess-playing computer Deep Blue defeated world champion Garry Kasparov. Previous chess programs had not been competitive against top human players. Deep Blue used brute force computation to test many possible next moves. It mapped out possible outcomes from a given move and selected the best one. The ability to do so owes much of its success to advances in computing power and algorithm design. Kasparov initially accused IBM of cheating, further highlighting how unexpected and impressive the machine's performance was. NVIDIA and other hardware manufacturers began developing graphics processing units, or GPUs, in the early 2000s. They were originally invented to render video game graphics, but were repurposed for general computing tasks. Later, tensor processing units, an extension of GPU architecture optimized for AI, would further accelerate advances in deep learning and AI research. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning involving neural networks with multiple hidden layers between input and output. The significant aspect of deep learning is the depth of the network, meaning the number of hidden layers between the input and output, which allows it to model complex patterns and representations in the data. Researchers into this technique include Geoffrey Hinton, Yann LeCun, and Yoshua Bengio. This idea of hidden layers was a computationally expensive concept, first proposed well before the existence of PCs. But a number of factors came together to make it possible. More powerful supercomputers, the advent of the GPU repurposed for its tensor processing, improved algorithms, and large datasets. This all led to major advancements in image and speech recognition, natural language processing, and more. Named for IBM's early president, Watson was an AI system that defeated human champions on the quiz show Jeopardy! It showcased AI's ability to process natural human language and retrieve information. Upon being beaten by Watson, legendary Jeopardy! Champion and later show host Ken Jennings said, "I, for one, welcome our new computer overlords." The game Go was considered one of the most challenging games for AI to tackle, considerably more challenging than chess. But in 2016, an AI called AlphaGo, developed by Google subsidiary DeepMind, defeated the world champion Go player Lee Sedol. This major milestone demonstrated AI's ability to handle complex strategic games and beat the world's best players, all thanks to deep learning and reinforcement learning. Advances in our understanding of natural cognition continue to inspire AI architectures and approaches. For example, networks of neurons in the brain continue to inspire the development of artificial neural networks. Large language models like ChatGPT, which can generate human-like text, have revolutionized the field, making AI more accessible and practical for everyday use. These advancements, driven by deep learning and vast amounts of data, have led to AI systems capable of impressive feats, from generating creative content to assisting in complex decision-making processes. The history of AI from 1986 to the present shows a remarkable journey of ups and downs, technological breakthroughs, and an ever-expanding horizon of possibilities.